Hello everyone, it's me, Demetra K, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, just the other day, you guys probably saw that Marcellus Wiley, who is an ex-NFL player, he was a defensive end for 10 years in the NFL, who is also a Fox contributor on Speak For Yourself, where he sits with Jason Whitlock and a couple of other hosts, and they talk about all kinds of things regarding sports and people. And one of the topics that they continuously talk about is Kaepernick. Now, Marcellus Wiley is a staunch defender of Jay-Z. Remember, Jay-Z about 2 or 3 weeks ago announced that he was going to be partnering with the NFL for their social justice program and become their entertainment director or something like that, where we learned that he is having a lot of his artists do a kickoff show that's going to be happening on September 5th. Today, as a matter of fact. So, yesterday on Van Lathan's show, he has a show, I guess he's a TMZ contributor or something like that, so he has his own podcast called Red Pill. Marcellus Wiley sat down with him and said he thought that Colin Kaepernick's protest was wrong and too adversarial. So, when someone says too adversarial, someone like Marcellus Wiley, what that means is, oh my gosh, it's too abrasive for white people. We need to do something that's a little bit more palatable for them so that they'll understand and accept it more easily from black people. We can't ruffle their feathers or, hurt their feelings. We got to do it in the way that, they'll still like us after we say what we got to say. He being Marcellus, compared Kaepernick to J.J. Watt, saying that J.J. Watt went about it the right way because he had an alliance or formed an alliance in order to raise $41 million for, I guess, different social causes and things like that. And so I'm like, are you serious, dude? How did he go about speaking out for the injustices that go on with black people and the wholesale murder of black people by police? How is that going about the wrong way by bringing attention to it? Also, as Van pointed out to Marcellus, I'm sorry, but have you not heard that Kaepernick actually has been doing things like raising money and donating a lot of his money, when he wasn't working, by the way, to social causes, in addition to starting the Know Your Rights camp that goes all over teaching young black and brown kids specifically about their rights and how to protect themselves against police brutality. And so I'm sick of Marcellus. I really am. And people like him. So as I said before, he was a defensive end in the NFL, but now he has transitioned into being a defensive end for white supremacy, right? He takes the butter biscuits that they give him and he sops up all the attention that they give him as well. I mean, it's like, what's the point of doing that? I mean, don't like those butter biscuits got to be just like, what's in them? Is it the same ingredients that they're putting in the Popeye's chicken? I don't understand. And he being Marcellus, takes Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend Nessa to task and saying that she's not really black, because she's Egyptian and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, you can argue that point all day long. But I also want to know from Marcellus, what is your black ass Canadian wife doing for the culture? I mean, one could argue that your wife is not technically black. She's from Canada, although we won't do that. But you're focusing on his girlfriend, him being Kaepernick, ride or dying for him, her man, for one thing, and for the culture. But yet you don't mention anything about what your wife is doing. Not to bring your wife up, but since I said like you want to talk about other people's significant others, talk about what your wife is doing. Also, what are you doing? And like, I don't always agree with Roland Martin, but Roland Martin ate Marcellus's lunch. Ate his lunch, didn't leave anything but the butter biscuits for him to sop up all that attention with. And so I suggest people like Marcellus Wiley figure out what it is you're going to do for the next couple of years, because when white supremacy is done with you, as it has shown with many other people in the past, they will throw you away. And then what? You're going to try to come back to black people, but we're not going to forget all that caping you were doing for white supremacy. Maybe Marcellus needs to look at Step and Fetch It and see what happened to him when white supremacy was done with him and where he ended up. I suggest anybody who is tap dancing for massa, go on and research Step and Fetch It, and then maybe they'll change their minds, right? And so, for more insightful videos, please subscribe to this channel. Peace.